Okay, so the dilemma today is titled, Why I Don't Talk to My Family No More. It says, Hey Mimi, my dilemma is me and my family have been going through arguments for years. Now I feel like everyone has turned against me. I am 25 years old and I've always loved how close you and your family are, and you and your mum's relationship is perfect. I wish mine was like that with my mum. My mum always tells me how much she hates me and wants nothing to do with me and my child, and has turned the whole family against me because I had a baby outside of wedlock. She always says that I have brought shame to the family. Sometimes we work it out and it's fine for a few days, but then it always goes back to the disrespect, to the point where I don't talk to none of my family no more, and I just wish I had a family like yours and a tight unit like you and your brothers and sisters. What advice would you give me moving forward? Girl, we're gonna get into some fighting. I need to do my makeup, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna come online and talk about this because it is something that has kind of been on my heart a little bit more, especially because one thing that I never want to do on here is portray anything being perfect. Like nothing in my life is perfect. My life is scattered. In fact, it's the opposite of perfect. My life, like, I take every day as it comes and I just make the most of every situation. So I felt like this question being asked to me is not one that is new to me a few times, and it's like, okay, do you know what, I'm gonna answer it as honest as possible. Especially the relationship with my mom. People always say, oh, I don't have that relationship with my mom, is there something wrong? And it's like, I don't want to portray the wrong thing to you guys, so I'm going to be honest as possible. And I don't know, I feel like you guys always appreciate when I like come on here and I really like speak my truth. I don't want to be the person, I don't want to be the poster for a perfect relationship, especially with family. I don't want to be that poster, because if you guys know the real, like the way we are has taken, one, a lot of years to get here, and two, it's not as perfect as it may come across, and I don't want people to feel like it is. So I'll go back to like the very beginning. Growing up, I come from a household where I grew up with my mum and my dad. I don't even know where to look, this is so trippy. I grew up with my mum and my dad, my mum being Nigerian, my dad being Nigerian and Ghanaian. So it's like I grew up in a very African household. You couldn't really have an open relationship with your parents, and I think a lot of Africans who have strict parents can kind of understand where I'm coming from. So what you guys see now, just know it took a lot of work. When my mum and my dad were together, it was very much, my mum was very much like whatever my dad did, she would just do kind of thing. So we wasn't really open with my dad. My mum would just be the same, if that makes sense. Now that they're separated, it's gotten a lot better. But growing up, I wouldn't speak to my mum about anything. Yeah, I wouldn't tell her nothing. She wouldn't know nothing about me. My mum's a really hardworking woman, so she's always had like a hustle. She's always been on the grind, always doing this stuff up and down. So I actually grew up with a babysitter. Her name was Auntie Patsy. Shout out Auntie Patsy, because I know she watches all my videos. And she kind of became like a second mum to me. And she was a teacher in Jamaica, and she came over here and she took care of me basically my whole childhood. She took care of all my brothers and sisters, to the point where my little sister, my baby sister, called her mum. But yeah, so she was always around, and we basically like viewed her like our second mum, because she cooked for us, she cleaned for us, she like took care of us, and that was who was really around. Now don't get me wrong, my mum was grinding, like she was always working, she was always trying to put food on the table for us. Like my mum had a very hustle job. Like she was a traveling trader and a landlady, so she would always be traveling to different countries. She'll be in Italy one week, she'll be in China the next week, she'll be in Spain another week. Like my mum, her job was to travel, so she couldn't really be around because she was trying to hustle for us, if that makes sense. Oh gosh, I would say my mum was the breadwinner, if that makes sense. Like in our whole in our family situation. Okay, so that being said, and then my mum decided that she wanted to move everyone to Nigeria to get like a better education. She wanted to put us all in like private schools in Nigeria. So I was in year 10 at the time, about to go into year 11, about to complete my GCSEs. So I was like, I don't want to go. I was the only one who didn't really want to go. My other brothers and sisters they were young and they were cool with going. So my mum was like, okay, Mimi, do you want to stay here? And I was like, yeah, I want to stay. So I actually stayed by myself. I'm really speeding along this story, but so from year 10 till literally up until a couple of years ago, I was in London basically by myself. My whole family moved to Nigeria and they went to school there. Now I feel like that separation caused a big divide between my whole family. Literally, I was here by myself, and it's like, I'm not blaming anyone because my mum wanted me to go, but I didn't want to go. I was about to do my GCSEs. I knew what college I wanted to go to. I didn't just want to stop my life and move to Nigeria. Does that make sense? If I caught you guys up a little bit, I would say like living here in London by myself really changed my life. Like it literally changed my life. It taught me that like I had to grow up really quick, because it's like I had to grow up really quick. And the thing is, this ain't no sob story. This ain't no like, oh, woe is me. No, I chose to stay here, so I ain't gonna put that on no one. But it did make me really grow up really quick. So that's kind of how I've been. My brothers and sisters all went together, so I kind of always felt like they always still had that bond, even though, trust me, we're all pretty much scattered. We're all scattered, trust me. But they always had that bond because they all moved over together. I was the only one who stayed here. So about 6 years later, my family all moved back to London, and I was in uni when they moved back. So I was in uni for 3 years. So I still never really was with them. Basically, those are my brothers and sisters, do you know what I mean? I'm the oldest, like I'm always gonna have them if it's something like that. However, I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you like that we have the perfect relationship. Everything is amazing, like we all get on really well. Even with my mum, like sometimes we go through it, and I don't want you guys to think that like it's perfect. I hate that. Like I hate when people think that, because it's like, if you're going through something with your mum or your dad or your sisters and brothers, people message me like, oh, why is it not like that? I don't think nobody has the perfect relationship with their family members, and it's okay to say that. People put up this facade like, oh, blood is thicker than water, this and that, I'm gonna ride my family, and it's a beautiful thing. Like when I have my own family, God willing, like I want my family to be so tight knit. Like I would love if they could be like all tight knitted, everyone has each other's back, everyone does this, but sometimes it is not like that, and I feel like nobody really wants to talk about that. Everybody wants to make family seem like the best thing on earth. Sometimes your family can also be like the worst thing, because it's like they're your family, you love them, and you can't even like, it's not like friends that you can just get rid of. They got family, they're tied to you by blood, so it's like you have to kind of make it work, and sometimes that is hard. I'm putting it out there as a person that people see, oh, I have the best family, like we all get on so well. No, we do not. We fight, we argue, we cuss each other out. I have an older brother that no one even knows about. Like I don't even speak online about my older brother. No one even knows that. I remember one time we did a video, my mum was like, oh, she has 5 children. And everyone was like, what? Your mum has 5 children? Where's the 5th one? Because I only see 4 of you. I have an older brother that we haven't spoken in years. Like in years. It's a story for like another day that I probably will never get into. And the thing is, I don't want to come on here and say like that's okay, like, you know, that's good. It's not okay. Like of course it's not okay, but sometimes it happens. Okay, so yeah, I don't want to come on here and be like, oh, this is okay, like, you know, like, but really and truly, this is life, innit? People go through stuff. Like sometimes you're not gonna have the perfect written, your story's not gonna be perfectly written out. You're not gonna have like the best mum in the world or the best dad in the world or the best brothers and sisters. Sometimes it just happens like that, and I don't think no one ever talks about that, especially not on social media. It's like you want to portray like, yeah, that's my this, that's my that, and of course that's how it's supposed to be. I feel like that's how it's supposed to be, but that's not how it always is. You can't pick, even cousins, like you can't pick your family members, you can't pick them. So it's like, do want to keep it real and let you guys know that it's not perfect. Like you and your mum's relationship is amazing, and your brothers and sisters, everything's perfect. Truth be told, when I'm away from them, that's when we get along the most. Like when we're always all together, it's the worst. Like, it's literally the worst. To answer your question, it's kind of like, do you know what? Yeah, I'm telling you for a fact, I don't think no one has the perfect family or the perfect relationship. I feel like everybody goes through stuff. It's just about getting to the point where you all understand each other, understand, okay, yeah, I can take this much of you and then I gotta back off. Like, we can do this together, but then I need my space. Do you get, brothers and sisters? We argue all the time, Like, I'm gonna have unconditional love for them because those are my brothers and sisters. If your mom, your cousins, your aunties, your uncles are doing something that is upsetting you, don't say because they're your family members you just have to accept it. No, I don't care. Like, no, if they're doing something to upset you and it constantly brings you down, you don't have to accept it. Like, sorry guys, I'm like a hot mess, but why should you accept it? At the end of the day, mums, dads, brothers, sisters, they are human beings at the end of the way. The same way your friend can hurt you, the same way they can hurt you, and you should be able to like express that and tell them that. Do you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is, guys, don't look up to anyone as like the perfect anything, because you don't know what that person's going through behind closed doors. You don't know how their relationship is. Me and my mum had we had a very what would I say, Nigerian daughter and mum relationship, in the sense where we don't talk about anything, we don't speak about nothing. Now things have changed a lot. So like now I tell my mum basically everything. Like, it's completely changed now. My mum, especially since her and my dad like separated, they've like, she's like a different person. Now I can speak to her a lot more. And I also think because I'm older now and I have my own stuff, like I don't ask her for money no more. I don't like, I've done everything I was supposed to do. I went to school, I've gone to uni, I've done everything she wanted me to do. So it's like now I feel like I have my own ground to stand on and be like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I want to do. Look at me, I met this girl the other day and she told me that like she loves watching my family videos because it just makes her feel so happy, because like her family are nothing like that, and it just like this is how she wants it to be one day. And I'm like, oh my god, like am I portraying the wrong image? Like, am I showing people like a facade of like happiness, which I know is not real, because this is not 24/7. It is not 24/7, guys. Like, we fight, we argue. I can call my mum right now and she'll tell you like it's not perfect. My family is far from perfect. I don't think no one's family is perfect, so please don't feel like you're going through that on your own. It's not. I love my brothers and sisters, I love my mum, and again, if anything was to happen, I will be there. But it's like sometimes you have to like go to grow. If somebody hurts you, regardless whether they're your family or your friends, you need to like speak up for yourself. That being said, I do think there's an element of respect that you should have for like your aunties and uncles. There's just that bottom line respect that you should try and keep. However, you're not a football. Don't let people be kicking you around. Don't let people be telling you anything and you feel like you have to accept it. So if there's one thing I want you guys to take away from this video, is that no one's family is perfect. I really want you guys to feel that. For your own sake of mine and your own sanity, anyone who's treating you bad can get cut off. Period. And I generally believe that. Thirdly, and probably lastly, my family is far from perfect. It is far from perfect. So please don't look at what you, and I feel like a lot of other social media people's families, same thing. Like, don't look at no one's family and aspire to be like that, because you don't know what they're going through behind closed doors. You don't know if they've got a secret brother that they don't even talk to, or you don't know. Like, you don't know. And again, I'm gonna throw one more thing in there as well. Do give things time. I feel like time can be like a big healer and a big like change. With time, I've learned to understand my brothers and sisters, understand my mom and my dad, and like see what works for us and see what doesn't work, and just take myself out. I wouldn't say give up completely without trying. Definitely try first, see what works for you guys. You might get to a place where you start to understand each other and say, this is what works for us, we're good when we're on this wavelength, this is what doesn't work for us. You kind of get to understand each other over a period of time. So hopefully try to like work things out first. And yeah, and at the end of the day, everyone's story is written down how it was supposed to be. This is all written how it was supposed to be. So if this is what was meant to happen, this is what was supposed to happen. And to the girl that wrote in the email, I hope I answered your questions somewhat, and I kind of went off on a bit of a tangent, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video and you want more talky in-depth videos like this, let me know, comment down below. I know it's something so different, but if it's gonna help the girl who wrote in the question, then I've done my job. And if it's gonna help anyone else who watches this that can kind of relate with some points, then I've done my job. That's how I see it. Yeah, so make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bells, and I'm gonna finish off this makeup now, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.